Hello, I'm going to show you how to import your assignments, and typically your assignment file will be your historical data from a spreadsheet that you have already been tracking with, or from an export file of a previous tracking tool. So what you're going to do is go to the Utilities tab, click on Imports, and if you haven't already, you would go to Import Templates, go to Assignments, and you're going to go to the template, which this is the template. You will then go to File, Download, and select CSV. This is a downloadable template copy. This is not one that you will be editing and working with. And then you can go to Example, and then this is a example template that we've completed to show you what items need to go where and the format. So once you have those templates downloaded, you're going to enter in your data. So I am going to point out a few things to make your templates as successful as possible. These items in red are required. And chances are, if you're putting in your data for the first time, you might only have the date that somebody had completed the training, not the initial due date. So for getting your data into the system initially, your due dates and complete dates will be the same. Your employee number is the same number that you've entered underneath the Trainees tab, but I want to point out that sometimes when you enter in those numbers, they will go into a number format. I would select this whole column, go to Format, Numbers, and make them plain text. And for this example, I had made these decimal be a -01, and I'm also going to remove these commas, and let me just copy this, and I'm going to put that in here. So to make sure that your numbers are plain text, they will be more towards the left versus like these dates where they're in the cells more towards the right. That is one way you can make sure that they are in the correct format. The other thing is you want to make sure your first and last names that are in here are in, again, the same format of those names from the Trainees import. Task name needs to match the name of the task that you had used in the task import. Now, the other thing I want to point out is that we required this date format. So as you see here, I have some of these dates are in the number format. So to get these into the correct format, what you're going to do is, again, you will select the columns, go up to Format, select Number, and then you're going to select the correct date format that you want. I'm not going to highlight all of these because I want to show you what some will look like if during the import process, if the date is not in the correct format. So I'm going to go through we'll just go like that and go to Format, Number, and then make sure it's the 3 letters for the month. And then you'll see that I have left a bunch in the number format. These items in orange, you only complete those if you want to override what you have already entered into the system about those tasks through the task import. Now, if everything looks good in your template, you're going to go to File, Download, and select CSV. And then once that is done, you'll go back to the Utilities tab. This time you're going to click on New Import. You're going to select Assignments. You do not need to select a division when you're importing assignments. So now we're going to select our file. Now click on Process Import. This blinking light here indicates that it's processing. You can stay on this page and wait for it to be done, or you can run other reports. This will process in the background. Now, we just did a dry run. This is reviewing to see if there's any errors. We're going to click on the edit button here. Now, anything that says create will be created. Other statuses you will notice will be update and error. You can see like an error happened because there was no due date in the system. And then we had all those number formatted. Because our import does not recognize that format, it again does not appear as if a due date is entered. I'm going to go ahead and run this import because I also want to show you what import looks like when there are errors in the dry run. So I'm going to go ahead and run import. Again, this blinking light indicates it's processing. Once it's done, it says complete. Now we can view the errors. And all those items that had an error, those line numbers are listed here. So that way you can go back to your template and make those corrections. Everything that was successfully imported will be noted on your audit log. And that is how you import your assignments into Training Tracker. Thank you.